Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. What if football's most intense rivalry had nothing to do with the ball itself? What if the source of the bitterness between Argentina and Brazil lay buried much deeper? It is a clash of cultures, a battle for true identity waged through every pass, every tackle, and every word exchanged. It is the story of a rivalry that spirals out of control not because of the game itself, but because of the people who play it. This is not merely a clash between two teams, it is a collision of two distinct worldviews, a drama played out on the world's grandest stage. It is more than just a game, it is a battle for national pride that has defined South American football for over a century, and to understand why this conflict so often reaches such a fever pitch, we must look beyond the pitch and delve deep into the very souls of these two nations. Every great rivalry is built upon difference. But in the case of Argentina and Brazil, this difference extends far beyond language or the color of their jerseys. It is a cultural clash, one that transforms a simple game into a powder keg. On one side stands the common perception of Argentina, a nation often viewed through the lens of its European roots, defined by a certain formality, intense passion, and, at times, a tragic intensity. Their identity is inextricably linked to the concept of a form of native cunning or street smarts. It is a philosophy that prizes ingenuity, seeks out every opportunity for advantage, and sometimes does not hesitate to bend the rules ever so slightly in the pursuit of victory. This stands in stark contrast to how Brazil is perceived. Brazil is a vibrant, multicultural rainbow, a fusion of Portuguese, African, and indigenous influences that radiates joy and optimism. Their greatest contribution to the sport of football is the beautiful game. It is a style built upon skill, rhythm, and creativity, a reflection of a culture that dances to the beat of the samba and celebrates life with the exuberant spirit of carnival. These are not merely conventional notions, they are deeply ingrained identities that manifest on the playing field. One culture prioritizes results, outcomes achieved through sheer perseverance and tactical intelligence. The other emphasizes performance and artistic display of skill and flair. When these two philosophies collide, the result is akin to a powerful chemical reaction. Brazilians often perceive Argentina's intense desire to win as aggressive, or even violent. Conversely, to Argentines, Brazil's style of play can sometimes appear disingenuous, lacking the requisite gravitas in a competition that, for them, represents something far greater than just a game. Their respective histories serve to further intensify these intrinsic sentiments. Although both are Latin American nations with a shared passion for football and family, their paths have diverged. Argentine culture, characterized by strong ties to Europe, is often perceived as being closely aligned with that of Spain and Italy. Brazil's history, on the other hand, has forged a unique, diverse, and multi-ethnic society. Even their communication styles differ. Argentines tend to be direct, at times even blunt, whereas Brazilians often adopt a more diplomatic approach to avoid confrontation. All these factors create fertile ground for misunderstanding, and the football pitch serves as the perfect arena for these tensions to erupt. In November 2023, this conflict was witnessed most vividly at the iconic Maracana Stadium. It was a World Cup qualifying match, an occasion already charged with anticipation. Yet, chaos ensued even before the opening whistle. Following the national anthems, a brawl broke out in a section of the stands where Brazilian and Argentine supporters were seated in close proximity. Brazilian police, wielding batons, stormed into the Argentine section, creating an atmosphere of bloodshed and violence. Watching the scene unfold from the pit, the Argentine players saw their own people, their own families caught in the melee within the stands. Goalkeeper Emi Martinez even scaled the stadium barriers to plead with the police to desist. It was no longer just a football match. Led by their captain, Lionel Messi, the entire team walked off the pitch and returned to the dressing room. Messi explained the situation in full. "We were more concerned about that incident than about playing the match at that moment. The game was secondary to us." He refused to play until the safety of the fans could be guaranteed. The match was halted for nearly 30 minutes. When the Argentine squad finally returned to the pitch, the atmosphere was charged with hostility and tension. The game was fiercely contested and riddled with fouls. However, in the 63rd minute, amidst the chaos, Argentine defender Nicolas Otamendi rose high to score a header that left the entire stadium stunned. Argentina secured a 1-0 victory. This marked Brazil's first ever home defeat in the history of World Cup qualifiers, bringing an end to their impressive 64-match unbeaten streak. This incident was merely a brief glimpse into the intensity of this rivalry. It began with a perceived insult from the hosts, which subsequently escalated into violence, prompting Argentina to strike back in response. The team fought with courage and demonstrated remarkable unity. For Argentina, walking off the pitch represented a firm stand taken on behalf of their people. To many Brazilians, however, it was just another instance of Argentine theatrics. But for Argentina, the victory achieved in that environment evolved into a memorable and glorious triumph for their national spirit. While the events of 2023 may have sparked public outrage, the story of the 1990 World Cup is a tale of simmering accusations and behind-the-scenes intrigue. A prime example of, in the round of 16, a formidable Brazilian squad faced off against a spirited Argentine side. Brazil dominated the entire match, hitting the woodwork on multiple occasions, yet they failed to find the back of the net. The entire controversy revolved around a single moment. During a stoppage in play, Brazilian defender Branco accepted a bottle of water from the Argentine staff. He claimed that immediately after drinking the water, he began to feel dizzy and his pace slowed down. Later in the match, a moment of pure magic from Diego Maradona set up Claudio Caniggia for a goal. Argentina scored, and Brazil was eliminated from the tournament, and thus, the legend of the holy water was born. Branco insisted that the water had been laced with a sedative. The Argentine camp simply laughed off the allegation. For years, it remained nothing more than a piece of football folklore. Then, in a 2005 interview, Maradona himself mischievously fanned the flames without explicitly confirming anything. He effectively lent credence to the story. Argentina's coach at the time, Carlos Bilardo, renowned for his win-at-all-costs mentality, offered an enigmatic response that neither fully denied nor fully confirmed the incident. He simply stated, "I'm not saying it didn't happen, although it has never been conclusively proven." This story has now become an inseparable part of the rivalry's narrative. To Brazil, it stands as the ultimate proof of Argentine dishonesty. To many in Argentina, however, it is celebrated as a brilliant stratagem, the necessary required to defeat a superior opponent. This incident, whether real or fabricated, perfectly encapsulates the cultural differences between the two nations. On one side, Brazil's ideal of fair play, and on the other, Argentina's win-at-all-costs mentality. This rivalry extends beyond just the two nations. It exists, too, among the great players who shoulder the weight of their respective countries. The endless debate between Pelé and Maradona stands as a prime example. For Brazil, Pelé was the living embodiment of the beautiful game. He was the king, a global ambassador celebrated as much for his boundless talent as for his elegance and sportsmanship. He was the very personification of Brazilian excellence. Maradona was his complete antithesis. He was the embodiment of native ingenuity, a rebellious genius from the slums, defined by both his flaws and his passion. While many view his infamous Hand of God goal as dishonest, in Argentina, it is often hailed as a clever act of rebellion against the system. He was not merely a player, he was their deity, a symbol of their struggle against the establishment. This generational rivalry has a modern iteration as well. Neymar and Lionel Messi. In his prime, Neymar carried the torch of the beauty of the game through his extraordinary flair and playful style of play. He is quintessentially Brazilian. Messi, on the other hand, is a quiet, relentless, and gifted player. His genius is not for show, it is a testament to unparalleled, unstoppable skill. He embodies Argentina's hunger for success, a silent determination that ultimately delivered to his nation the glory it had so desperately craved. Yet, beyond these moments of confrontation, there exist moments of profound mutual respect. Following the fiercely contested 2021 Copa America final, in which Argentina defeated Brazil on their own home soil, a heartbroken Neymar was left in tears. While his teammates were celebrating their victory in a frenzy, Messi stepped aside. He approached his friend and former teammate, and the two rivals embraced in a long, silent hold. In that moment, all the clamor of rivalry faded away, revealing the human connection that lay beneath. It served as a reminder that, despite all the history and conflict, their shared love for the game still binds them together. The rivalry between Argentina and Brazil is, in itself, an enigma. On one hand, it is a source of genuine animosity, a conflict that often spirals out of control. Its driving force lies in the clash of fundamental ideologies and ingrained notions regarding what constitutes our true national identity. Argentina's belief in cunning tenacity stands in opposition to Brazil's faith in the beautiful rhythm of the game. Every match is merely another chapter in this centuries-old battle for supremacy, yet, simultaneously, it is also a source of shared passion. It inspires both nations to strive for greatness, to reach ever higher pinnacles of excellence, and those moments of sportsmanship such as Messi consoling Neymar demonstrate that, beneath it all, lies a profound love. There is, too, a deep mutual respect. This rivalry becomes so intense precisely because it means everything to them. It is not merely about winning a football match, it is about defending one's identity, validating one's ideals, and defining the very narratives of what it means to be Argentine and what it means to be Brazilian, writing the next chapter. So, in your opinion, who deserves the title of the greatest football nation in South America? Brazil's artistic flair, or Argentina's fiery, innovative spirit? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the world's greatest sports rivalries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching.